To quote Aladdin, I love the way your fool little mind works. How do you begin creating a dark, twisted film such as Infinity Pool?
I usually just have some kind of idea that gets stuck in my head that I can't quite get out of my head. That's a terrible sentence. And I just start to pick at it like a thread, and it kind of develops into a bit of a story idea and a bit of a character, and I kind of can't let go of it until I've written something. And then afterwards it becomes a process of exploration with my team. I've worked with the same team now on 3 features, and so exploring what we can do from a formal perspective and how we can structure it becomes a lot of fun with those people.
Aladdin. Whilst this film does grapple with identity, what struck me isn't condemnation of the rich and powerful, who operate widely knowing they have impunity in this country. Was this an aim when writing the film?
It was part of it, certainly. I mean, the film started with the identity stuff, to be honest. That was a short story that I was writing that was essentially the first execution scene. And so the idea of what a person is, what it is to be guilty, what punishment is, what guilt is, that was the beginning of the film. But yes, very much the social satire and the politics were deliberate, but that came in as the film developed.
What was it like working with Alexander and Mia on this chaotic relationship?
It was fantastic. I mean, they're both incredible actors. Obviously, from a performance perspective, you couldn't get any luckier than to have those two. But they're also lovely people, and they're incredibly collaborative. Working with them is excellent. And in the context of an independent film where you don't always have a huge amount of time to shoot, it's hugely valuable to have performers like that who are just very game, who are really going to engage with the material and just run with it and enjoy going to those extremes. They made my job very easy.
Oh. Was Mia's baby on the set?
Mia's baby was on the set in that she was pregnant on the set. So yeah, she was pregnant while we were shooting. She hadn't had the baby yet.
Oh wow!
Working with Kareem Hussein is always fantastic. I mean, he's at the absolute core of my team right now. Usually, what we do is we spend a lot of time developing just the basic language, visual language of the film, but also for these experimental sequences, we'll spend months playing with glass and gels and diopters and finding ways to deform the image and to sort of subvert the technology in a way that creates those images. In this case, it was also a collaboration with Dan Martin, our makeup effects artist. Zosha McKenzie, our production designer, built these incredible mirror boxes with smart glass so that we could have the sort of pinwheel effect of light. And then, of course, James Van de Water, my editor, and I engaged in a completely deranged process, actually editing those scenes, because with Kareem, we made an absolute mountain of footage that then had to be sorted through, and we were editing it almost like stop motion, kind of frame by frame at times, picking frames and pairing them, and seeing how the order of different frames would change, how these bursts of imagery would cut through. So it was another fantastic collaboration with Kareem, but also with these other people.
Nice. There are these horrifying masks in the film. How were they designed? Did you get to keep any?
So the masks were designed by Richard Raphorst, who's here actually in Berlin, who's a fantastic filmmaker, but also a comics artist and a concept artist. So I knew those were going to be a central image in the film. I had met Richard a number of years ago, and Kareem and I were fans of his first film, and he's such a talented artist. So bringing someone on the film who had that kind of voice, who had that eye for striking imagery was important. And yes, I do have a bunch of masks in my living room right now.
Really?
Yeah.
In your, how do you say it? In your kitchen, I don't know. There are masks hanging on the walls.
They're in a box, but...
Okay, in the box, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!